Ooh, that is one ugly crab. Have you ever seen an animal that looks like this? Well, if not, then prepare to be amazed by the hairy, spiky, bizarre-looking hermit crab. Hermit crabs are pretty odd creatures. They have a soft abdomen, which makes them vulnerable to predators. So, to protect themselves, they carry around a house on their back. Now, that sounds pretty convenient, but it comes with some downsides. See? The shell that they carry is not actually theirs. They're just borrowing it from the last animal that died in it. And because of this, hermit crabs are constantly fighting over shells. If a hermit crab finds an empty shell, they will immediately hide inside of it to be protected from predators. However, sometimes another crab has the same idea. So to solve this problem, hermit crabs have developed some pretty interesting ways of communicating. For example, when a hermit crab is trying to find a new home, it will often tap on the shells of other crabs to let them know that they're interested in moving in. If the crab inside the shell doesn't want to leave, they might fight. But if they do decide to move out, the incoming crab will take their shell and even steal their belongings. Hermit crabs have also been known to remove objects from their shells so they can fit inside, and some species even carry around a rock on their back in case another crab tries to take their house. But why don't they just make their own homes? Well, the thing is, hermit crabs are born with no shell. They have to find one for themselves. And it turns out that the process of making a shell is way too complicated for a crab. For example, a crab's shell is made out of calcium carbonate, which is also the main ingredient in snail shells and eggshells. Crabs can't just go and collect these ingredients. Instead, they have to wait until an animal dies and leaves behind a shell. But finding a suitable shell isn't easy. It has to be big enough, not too old, and the previous owner can't be hiding inside. And speaking of owners, sometimes hermit crabs even come across another hermit crab that's already taken. If a hermit crab wants to steal a shell from another hermit crab, they will approach them head first and stick their claws inside the shell to grab the inhabitant and pull them out. Then they'll take their shell and run away before the crab can recover and pinch them. Sometimes hermit crabs even work together to defeat a stronger opponent and take their shell. But if they can't find any other hermit crabs, they'll just wait until the snail runs out of the shell to get some food or mates. Then they'll quickly grab the empty shell and run away. Now that sounds pretty ruthless, but stealing shells isn't the only reason why hermit crabs fight. Sometimes they just want to protect their home turf. Hermit crabs that live in groups will defend their area from outsiders. When two hermit crabs fight, they will often end up knocking each other out. But usually they don't kill each other. However, if all of these methods fail, some hermit crabs will simply break into other animals' shells. Snails, sea slugs, and even other hermit crabs have been known to put up their homes to intruders. The most surprising part is that even though hermit crabs seem to be fighting over their homes all the time, it's actually really hard to find a crab without a shell. In some places, almost every single crab has a shell, even the baby ones. That means that there aren't many empty shells left for the homeless crabs. And because of this, hermit crabs can be homeless for years. But eventually, they will find a house, even if it means that they have to steal it. Specimen use made possible by a University Museum of Zoology.